I don't sleep with my phone in the bedroom anymore. I used to keep it on the nightstand for safety. You know how it is: an alarm, a flashlight, a lifeline to the outside world in case of an emergency. We all do it. It's the modern security blanket. But I realized too late that a connection works two ways. And sometimes, the thing you keep close for safety is the very thing that betrays you. Look at the timestamp on this message. 3:14 a.m. I was asleep when this was written. Deeply asleep. But my phone was right next to my head. It started about 3 weeks ago. It wasn't scary at first. It was just exhausting. I'd wake up feeling heavier than when I went to bed. Not just groggy drained, physically depleted. My throat was always sore, dry as sandpaper, and my limbs felt like they were filled with lead. It was that specific kind of exhaustion where your bones ache. I blamed the stress of the new job, the city noise, the fact that I live alone in a ground floor unit. I told myself I was just adjusting to the rhythm of the neighborhood. But then, the small things started happening. I'd wake up and my phone would be in a slightly different spot, just an inch or two rotated. Or the brightness would be turned all the way up, blinding me when I checked the time. I thought I was just thrashing around in my sleep. Then I found the drafts. It started on a Tuesday. I went to text my mother, and there was an unsent message in the text bar, just letters. HHHH. 2 days later, another one. No, and W. Keat. I laughed it off. I genuinely did. I told my coworker about it over coffee. I said, "Great, I'm sleep texting now. Just another sign I need a vacation." We joked about it. I even Googled it. Parasomnia. Sleep behaviors. It's apparently common when you're stressed. Your brain doesn't fully shut down the motor functions, so I deleted them. I drank my coffee. I went to work. I didn't know that was the first test. The shift happened around the second week. The drafts stopped being gibberish. They started to look like words. One morning, the draft just said, "cold." I stared at it for a long time. The window was open. I never leave the window open. I convinced myself the latch was loose. I bought a new lock for the sash. I tightened it until my knuckles turned white. 3 nights later, another draft. This one made my blood run cold. She finally stopped tossing around. I sat on the edge of my bed, staring at the glowing screen until the numbers blurred. That wasn't me. I don't refer to myself in the third person. And I certainly don't observe my own sleep patterns while I'm unconscious. I tried to rationalize it. I went through every logical explanation. Carbon monoxide poisoning? I checked the detectors. They were working. A software glitch? Predictive text going haywire? I even took the phone to the store. The technician ran a diagnostic. He said the touch sensor was fine. He said, maybe you have a ghost touch issue, where the screen registers contact from dust or oil. I wanted to believe him. I desperately wanted it to be dust. But dust doesn't take photographs. Wednesday changed everything. I was clearing out my recently deleted folder to free up space. And there it was, a photo of me from the night before. I was changing for bed. I was in my towel, reaching for my pajamas. The angle, it was wrong. It was low. It was taken from the floor level, looking up, specifically from the dark gap where the closet door meets the floorboards. I froze. The room suddenly felt very small. I checked the metadata on the image. Taken 11:42 p.m. Device, my iPhone. Location, home. But at 11:42 p.m., I was holding my phone. I remember it clearly. I was in bed, scrolling through Instagram, laughing at a video. If I was holding the phone in bed, how did it take a picture of me from the closet across the room? I panicked. Obviously, I called the landlord immediately. I lied and said I lost my keys just so he would change the locks that afternoon. I checked every window. I searched the closet with a baseball bat. I pulled all the clothes out, throwing them onto the floor, looking for a hidden camera, a hole in the wall, anything. Empty, just drywall and dust. I convinced myself it was a hack. Someone accessed my camera remotely, right? That's terrifying, but it's digital. It's a person in a basement 1,000 miles away. It's not physical. So I put black electrical tape over the front lens. I put the phone face down on the nightstand every night. I thought I was being clever. I thought I was taking control back, but the feeling didn't go away. You know that feeling when you're in a room with someone, even if you can't see them? The air feels different, denser. I couldn't sleep. I'd lay there for hours, listening to the settling of the building, the hum of the refrigerator. Waiting. Finally, last night I needed to know. I downloaded a sleep recorder app. It's designed to pick up snoring or sleep apnea. It records only when the decibel level spikes. I set it up. I put the phone on the nightstand. I turned off the lights. And eventually, out of pure exhaustion, I drifted off. I listened to the recording this morning. The first 3 hours are normal. You can see the sound waves on the screen, just the rhythmic white noise of the fan, the occasional rustle of sheets as I turned over. But then, look at the graph at 3:14 a.m. See that spike? It's not a snore. It's not a car driving by outside. I played it back. I'm going to describe what I heard, because I can't bring myself to play it for you. At 3:14 a.m., the recorder picked up a sound, a soft, wet sound, like lips parting. Then, movement, not from the bed, but from the floor. A sliding sound, like fabric dragging across the carpet. Then, silence for 10 seconds. Then, the sound that made me leave my apartment and never go back. Click, 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 click. Distinct, sharp, rhythmically perfect. That is the sound of my 6-digit passcode being typed in. I realized something sickening as I listened. The microphone on my phone is on the bottom edge. If I was typing the code, the sound would be muffled by my hand, but this was crisp, direct. And then, right at the end of the recording, a voice, not a whisper. It was too close for a whisper. It was a breath, directly into the microphone. She's so pretty when she doesn't frown. The breathing on the recording, it wasn't coming from above the phone. It wasn't coming from the side. The breathing was coming from under the nightstand, from the gap between the wall and the bed. I didn't sleep text those drafts. I didn't take that photo. Someone waited until I was asleep. They slid out from under my bed. They reached up, unlocked my phone, and scrolled through my life while hovering inches from my face. And the worst part, when I woke up this morning, the tape I put over the camera lens had been peeled back.